Hello and thanks for watching Best Maths Tutors. I'm continuing to look at the Edxcel GCSE Maths Higher Tier Paper 1 from May 2020. This is question 15 and it's a question about finding the equations of perpendicular lines. So we can see that we're given a straight line with an equation y equals 3x minus 4, and we've got another straight line which we're calling L2, and we're told that it's perpendicular to line L1 and also that it goes through this point 9,5. So what we've got to do is try and find the equation of line L2. So the first thing that we can do is actually find the gradient of the second line, line L2. And that we can do that by looking at the gradient of the first line. So the standard equation of a straight line is y equals mx plus c. And it's a very important one to know that. And m stands for the gradient, so m equals the gradient, and c is what's called the y-intercept, so that means where it crosses the y-axis if we were to plot the graph. Okay, so we can see that if for our equation for L1 we've got y equals 3x minus 4, in that case we can say, well, the number multiplying the x is our gradient, so the gradient for this one, m, is actually equal to 3. So that's our gradient for line L1. And if we needed it, we could also say that c, the y-intercept, is actually equal to minus 4. Now, what we're going to use is, there's a rule when you've got perpendicular lines that their gradients are what's called the negative reciprocal of each other. Now that sounds very complicated, but all it means is the reciprocal means turn it upside down in a fraction, and also the negative means just take the negative sign of whatever we've got. So if the first one has got a gradient m equals 3, then if we take the negative reciprocal of that, all we've got to do is put it as 1 over 3 and make it minus. So this is the gradient. I'm going to call this one m2. If I call this one m1 for the first line, then the gradient for the second line is going to be equal to minus 1/3. So you can see all we've done there is just flipped it over. So we've made it the 3 go on the bottom of a fraction, and then we've made it negative. So we've swapped the sign over from being positive to negative. So that's the gradient of our line L2. And also we're looking for it to go through this point here, 9,5. So what we can do is we can say, well, we know that y for L2, we know that y is equal to minus 1/3 x plus c. And if we substitute in this value here, which is 9,5, then we can find the value of c. So I'm going to replace, so 9,5 would mean that the x value is the 9 and the y value is the 5. So I'm going to substitute those into this equation here for L2, and that'll allow me to find out what c is. So I've got 5 equals minus 1/3 times by, replacing the x by 9, plus c. So we get 5 and then equals 1. Now 1/3 of 9 is just 3, so that works out quite nicely, but then it's times minus as well, so it becomes minus 3 plus c. And if we add 3 to both sides, then we're going to end up with the 3 disappearing there, and we're going to end up with the 8 is equal to c. So that's our value for c. So now what we can do, we can go back to our equation y equals mx plus c, but we have actually found the value of m because we know that's equal to minus 1/3, and we've also found the value of c because that's equal to 8. So all we do is we replace the value of m and c in that, so we can say y is equal to minus 1/3 x plus 8, and that's it. that's the equation of our line L2 there. So that's L2. I can show it like that if I want. L2 is y equals minus 1/3 x plus 8. So hope that's been helpful to you, and if it has, please consider subscribing to our channel to watch more videos, and also liking this video by giving it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.